So for today's video is another Beauty Big Bang review, and I'm going to be reviewing their stamping plate BBBXL-062, and this one has images of some plaids and some layering. So I was super excited to try out this plate because I have not done layering stamping, so I wanted to give that a shot. So here's a closer look of all the images on the plate. So after I remove the blue film, I do clean it up with regular nail polish remover. I'm going to be using some regular nail polishes for stamping. So the first two shades I'm using is Honor and Nest from Zoya, and I'm using the clear rectangle stamper and scraper from Beauty Big Bang as well. If you are interested, I reviewed these products before, I'll list it down below. So I'm gonna stamp the image of the palm leaf first. So I add the darker green polish, which is Honor, pick it up with my stamper. As you can see, it did pick up nicely, but it did miss a little bit of the leaf on one of the corners. So I'm going to try it again. And this time it did pick up nicely. So now it's time to stamp it onto the nail. Now it's time to stamp the other layer onto the palm. So I'm using a lighter shade of green, that's the Nest one, and I'm gonna apply the image on top of the palm. And I love this layering technique because it does give the image some dimension. So for this to work, you definitely need a clear stamper. And then for the third image, I decided to use white stamping polish, and I don't know why, because it kind of like ruined the image a little bit. But if you want to see it from another perspective, it kind of looks like snow on top of the palm leaf. But yeah, I was supposed to use a lighter shade of green. I don't know why I used white polish. There it goes. You see what I mean? Looks like snow on top of the leaf. But yeah, let's keep on moving. So I'm going to be using this shade Pippa for the pineapple image. And then for the top part, the leaves, I'm using the same green Honor shade. So the first layer for the pineapple, it is like the base color of the pineapple you want to give it. So I went with the OG colors, yellow and green. So once I stamped it onto my nails, now it's time to move on to the second layer. And the second layer is like kind of like the outline of the pineapple. So I decided to go with a black stamping polish. And for the third layer, I decided to use white stamping polish, and this is like to highlight those little, oh my god, I don't know what to call it, the part of the skin of the pineapple. For those little grooves, I just use this white to kind of highlight it. So the next image I want to try out is the flower. So I'm using this pink shade called Eden as my base color for the flower. The next shade I try is Birdie, and that is to like give some of the flowers some dimension, and that is for the second layer. Just with those two layers, the image looked nice too, but I wanted to be extra and just use the third layer too. So I'm using black stamping polish, and this is kind of like the outline for the flower. The next image I'm gonna try out is the other flower under the previous flower I did. So I'm using that yellow shade Pippa, and then I'm using like a neon peach color, and this is from Essie in the shade Tart Deco. So for the second layer of the flower, the image looked like is like highlights of the petals. So I went ahead with a white stamping polish. The third layer of this image is the center of the flower outlined. So I decided to use black stamping polish, but I think I should have stuck with white stamping polish so it could be connected to the previous. And the last image I'm gonna try out is the maple leaf. I'm using this shade in the color cinnamon, and I start off with the first image, which is like the whole leaf covered. So I'm using the brown shade, picked up really nice, and now I'm gonna snap it onto my thumbnail, and it looks really good with this nail polish I have on. It'll be perfect for a fall mani. So now it's time to stamp the second layer, and I'm using the shade Tatum from Zoya. So what the second, third layer does to the maple leaves, it gives it like that rusty old leaf look. So that's why I decided to go with a lighter shade. And for the third layer, I decided to use black stamping polish again. I don't know why. I should have just used like a darker shade of brown, but yeah, I used black. I don't know why, but it still looked nice with the black shade. You will see the end results. So off camera, I went ahead and swatched the plaid designs out for you guys, and I try to do the other 3 layering images, but I gotta keep on practicing until I perfect that. Here is the finished look, already top coated, and I did add some bling bling to some of the designs. So if you guys are interested in this stamping plate, I will list it down below so you guys can go check it out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. In the comments down below, tell me which of these designs did you like the best. My favorite one was the pineapple and the pink flower in the middle nail. It looks super cute. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.